Evacuation emergencies happen when we're least expecting them, which means you want to be prepared really well before any of this happens. And in today's video, I'm going to go over how to prepare and organize your documentation and get it protected. So if you have to evacuate your home quickly, you can grab it and go and feel like you have everything you need that's important to you as you evacuate. The thing is, you think you have time, but disaster strikes at any time, and that means it's going to put you in a situation where you're not going to have time to get all the documents you need, maybe coming home to things like this. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video about a go bags, things that you need personally for you to be able to evacuate your home quickly and be able to possibly survive at least 72 hours in a shelter or, God forbid, in a Walmart parking lot, which is what happened to my family a few years ago when we were evacuated from the Caldor fire. My parents had my home to come home to, but many people didn't. The hotels were full, and they ended up staying in places like Walmart parking lots and things like that. If you'd like to look at that video and what I packed, I'll put that video link up here, and you can take a look at that. But many people asked me in the comments in that video and said, hey, Eunice, what about all your important documentations, like maybe the deed to your house or the title to your car or your will or your trust? Where is all that? It wasn't in your go bag, and that's right. Because I have a lot of documentation, it would fill up my whole go bag. So I have a separate bag just for those items. And I'm going to go over some ways that I get it organized and how I get it prepared for an emergency evacuation. So let's get started. Some people like to keep their things in safe deposit box, which is really great because they are generally pretty fireproof. And, everything in those boxes tends to stay pretty safe. However, if you're like me and your closest safe deposit box might be half hour, 45 minutes away, I generally like to keep certain things in here, especially things like passports and things that I use quite often. And I also didn't want to pay for a safe deposit box this big that was going to hold all this information. So I like to use something like this, which is a fireproof and water resistant bag that allows me to have easy access to everything that I keep in here should I need to get to it. But it's something that if I needed to go, I can have this go, grab and go, and have all of my important things with me. So this is one of my essential items that I have for my evacuation. Now that I have my fireproof bag, I want to make sure that I have everything that goes into that bag. And the first thing I'm going to be thinking about is important documents, things like maybe financial things, titles to cars, deeds to homes, possibly even passports, birth certificates, things like that, especially things that are certified, like a birth certificate that has to have that, seal on it to be authenticated, goes in here. You can have marriage certificates, divorce decrees, all of those important papers should be organized so that you can get to them. And I like something like this, which is a binder that comes with stickers. And it also comes with a table of contents that I can fill out. And that way, all of my important documents are nicely put in to things like this that I can easily access and label. And that way, anyone else who has the binder, let's say it's my children or someone like that, they can also access this and get to all the important documents and know exactly what they are and where they are. So something like this works great to keep all of those things organized. The next thing I do is digitally scan everything, whether that's just taking a picture with my phone and having it up in the cloud or putting it in something like this, which is a hard drive. Solid state drive is a really great way to keep some things secure. And I keep them in a waterproof bag just so in case water happens to get on them, it doesn't destroy all the information on here. And I label each one of these hard drives with what's in them and my name and email information or a phone number. So if by chance someone finds it, for whatever reason, they can contact me and let me know they have these drives. So having things labeled is a really good idea. And this will just slip into that fireproof bag as well. So this will be in there. And I just update this occasionally if I get a new passport, a new driver's license, new credit cards, whatever. I update these occasionally just to make sure everything's up to date. And also I put in contact information. I will have contact information in here, and I also have it written down and kept back behind here. A little piece of paper that has important contact information. For example, maybe your attorney, your doctors, your family and friends, have that in there. So in case your phone gets lost or destroyed, you have a way to be able to contact people. If you're anything like me, I don't remember phone numbers anymore because my phone phone does it all. This will allow me to be able to get to those important phone numbers I need in an emergency. Some of the other things I keep in that fireproof bag are things like jewelry. I have my grandmother's wedding ring and things like my son's ashes that are in this necklace, or his thumbprint, which is on this pendant, that are irreplaceable. So I want to have those with me, or even some little memorabilia things that are irreplaceable. Things like this, which are something from my son who passed away. These are all I have left, so I want to make sure that these are protected and taken with me. The other thing I also keep in here are things like x-rays that I've had that might be needed later for medical issues, for maybe surgeries or something that you've had. Keeping some medical stuff with you is also important. The next thing you want to do is make sure that everyone in your household knows where these items are. So if you have a go bag and then you have your documents bag and maybe any medication, let them know where they need to go find it. Maybe cluster those things together so they can grab it quickly and leave the house and have everything that's important to you and your family where you're going to be. So that happened to me last year, where I was not home and I got trapped by the Oakland Hills fire. I was eventually able to get home, but had there been an evacuation, I wanted someone to be able to say, hey, this is what you need to grab. They knew exactly where it is, where to grab it, and then be able to go. And that also means I have a go bag prepared in my car. And if you want to see what I have in my car, I'll put a link to a video up here so you can take a look at what's in my everyday carry for my car that I have just in case something like that happens where you're not home. So for those of you watching and have been through some sort of evacuation, I would love if you could comment below and let us know what has been the most helpful for you when you've had to evacuate your home. What do you think you need? What have I forgotten? Let us know in the comments below, because it's going to help everybody else out when we have to evacuate for an emergency. Well, I hope you got some great information from this video, and if you did, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more preparedness videos or travel videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I try to put a video out just about every week. Until the next time, remember to juice life, drink the joy, keep life simple, be prepared for an emergency evacuation. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.